This week's parsha is Parshas Behaaloscha. In Parshas Behaaloscha, the Torah discusses the sin of the Jewish people regarding the man. The man, of course, was the sustenance of the Jewish people in the desert. It fell down from the heavens miraculously. It was nutritional, sustaining, tasteful, and still the Jewish people started to complain about the fact that all they ate was man. They said their souls are dry from this constant man, and they wanted to have meat. They wanted to eat meat. That's what they were complaining to Moshe. Why does he not provide them with meat? What's interesting is that one of Moshe's reactions seems to be disbelief in God's ability to provide the Jewish people with the meat. God responds to the Jewish people by saying he will provide them with meat, and says to the Jewish people that you will see that you will become disgusted with the meat too. Moshe responds to Hashem saying this by asking, he said, how is it possible that Hashem can make this happen? Is it possible that Hashem can make enough food for 600,000, enough meat for 600,000 people? The Jewish people's population? How is it possible? That's what Moshe says, or that's what it seems that Moshe says. Now, of course, Moshe, the greatest leader of the Jewish people, performer of countless miracles in the desert, in Egypt, and so on, he knew that Hashem could accomplish this supernatural. In fact, he had seen it many, many times. So why would he express disbelief of God providing meat for a large nation, for the Jewish nation, 600,000 men, not including the women and children? Of course Hashem could do that. He split the Red Sea. You saw it happen, the 10 plagues, and so on. So why did Moshe all of a sudden express disbelief in God's ability to accomplish this feat? Why is this feat so different? So the commentators, of course, all discuss this, but one interesting answer is that what Moshe was really expressing to Hashem was that the root of this complaint is not the fact that they actually want meat. If it was that the root of this complaint, the real reason why they're complaining about the meat was because, honestly, they were sick of the man and they wanted to have a nice piece of meat, then there'd be absolutely no problem. But the true source of this complaint about the meat was that the Jewish people became disgusted with their spiritual, all too encompassing spiritual existence. In the desert, they learned Torah all day long and were entirely enveloped in spiritual pursuits, without any distractions, without any material distractions, no need to pursue some type of profession. They were involved in spiritual matters all day long. They ate spiritual food. The man, it says, was entirely nutritional with nothing needed to be excremented. It had nothing inside of it was not beneficial for the human body. So their existence was entirely on a different dimension. They weren't living in a material world. And that was their issue. The issue is that, yes, the man is tasty, the man is nutritional, the man is satiating, but we want to live like normal people. This supernatural existence is too much. Our souls are dry from this lifestyle, and we want meat, meaning that we want to feel that material lusts. We want to feel those pleasures in life, those passing pleasures in life. We want to live our life like normal people. And that was their real complaint. And if you look in the verse, there's a lot of indications to this. The original, the verse when it starts off this whole story, it says that Hisa'avu Tavo, that the people who incited this complaint, it says they desired a desire. What does that mean? No, they desired a certain thing. It doesn't say that they desired a certain thing. It says they desired a desire, which means that the real complaint, even though that's not the way it was voiced, was the actual fact that they were lacking material desires, material pleasures, the lusts of normal life. They wanted to live their lives like regular human beings. And that's what it means when Moshe says, he tells Hashem, is it possible that Hashem is going to be able to do this? What he meant was, how is this going to be a solution to the problem? How is it possible that Hashem providing them with all this meat is going to solve the issue that we have here? The Jewish people really just want to have a totally encompassing material lifestyle and not a supernatural desert existence. And how is providing them with the meat going to change that? They're just going to ask for something else next time, and again something else. That is the understanding. The question on this week's parsha is very connected to what we just spoke of, is that Hashem decides that the proper retribution for the Jewish people complaining about not having meat is giving them meat. And he tells the Jewish people, at least a section of the Jewish people, that they will eat the meat for a month's time until it will come out of their noses and they'll be nauseous from it. So the question is very simple. If the Jewish people were voluntarily eating the slav meat, the quail meat, and they became disgusted with it at the end of the month up to their noses, why did they just stop earlier? Meaning that the Jewish people just stop eating the quail. Why couldn't they just stop eating the quail and go back to eating the month? Hashem says you're going to eat it for a month's time. Why would they eat it for a month's time if at that point it's so nauseating? They should have stopped long before then. Have a great Shabbos.